Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for a seismic tremor rumbling through the very foundations of the Eastern Conference. Just when the Boston Celtics, our beloved Green Machine, were starting to hit their stride, carving a path of dominance with a dazzling 10-2 run over their last 12 games, a dark cloud, a monstrous shadow, looms on the horizon. The whispers, the rumors, they're no longer faint murmurs in the back alleys of the NBA. They've erupted into a full-blown roar, threatening to derail everything we've dared to dream for the season. We've seen the grit, the determination, the sheer will of this Celtics squad, transforming what once felt like distant pipe dreams of contention into a tangible, exhilarating reality. They've shown us a brand of basketball that is both beautiful and brutal, a symphony of precision and power that has left opponents reeling. The East, once a seemingly impenetrable fortress of titans, now appears more vulnerable, more open, more winnable than it has in years. And let's be clear, we're all acutely aware of the juggernaut that is the 23-1 Oklahoma City Thunder out west, a team that seems to defy the very laws of basketball. But here, in our own backyard, in the fiercely contested battleground of the Eastern Conference, the Celtics have been building something special, something that felt, for the first time in a long time, truly unstoppable. But now, the air is thick, with a new kind of tension, a palpable anxiety that cuts through the celebratory cheers. The architect of this impending storm? None other than the enigmatic, often dominant, and perpetually injury-prone Anthony Davis. According to the ever-reliable Shams Charania, the Toronto Raptors, the Atlanta Hawks, and our very own Detroit Pistons are all circling like hungry sharks, ready to pounce on the Dallas Mavericks' colossal big man. Can you feel the dread? Can you taste the fear? The thought of Davis, a player who, when healthy, is an absolute force of nature, landing in the East in the hands of a direct rival, is enough to send shivers down the spine of any true Celtics faithful. This isn't just a trade rumor. This is a potential earthquake, a tectonic shift that could fundamentally alter the landscape of our conference, and by extension, the very trajectory of our championship aspirations. Imagine the Raptors, already a formidable defensive unit, adding Davis to their ranks. Picture the Hawks, with their burgeoning talent, suddenly boasting a defensive anchor of his caliber. And yes, even the Pistons, a team that has shown flashes of brilliance, could transform into a legitimate threat overnight with Davis patrolling the paint. This isn't just about one player. It's about the ripple effect, the dominoes that could fall, and the monumental challenge that would then confront our Celtics. Charania's report, a bombshell dropped in his Tuesday newsletter, paints a stark picture. Dallas Mavericks forward Anthony Davis, another former NBA champion, is expected to be a critical trade target of several teams, including many of the East contenders. He then explicitly names the culprits, the potential spoilers of our parade. The Detroit Pistons, Atlanta Hawks, and Toronto Raptors are expected to be suitors for Davis, league sources told ESPN. And here's the kicker, the part that truly twists the knife. Charania adds that all three teams harbor the audacious belief that Davis can elevate them to the hallowed status of a viable championship team. A viable championship team in our conference. This isn't just about making the playoffs. This is about challenging for the ultimate prize, the Larry O'Brien Trophy, the very thing we, as Celtics fans, crave with every fiber of our being. The audacity, the sheer nerve of these teams to even consider such a move, knowing full well the implications it would have for our beloved Celtics. The implications are staggering, the potential consequences dire. Anthony Davis, a player whose talent is undeniable, whose presence alone can alter the course of a game, a series, even a season heading east. This isn't just a hypothetical scenario. This is a looming threat, a storm gathering on the horizon that could unleash its fury upon our championship dreams. We've watched our Celtics battle, claw, and fight their way to this point, overcoming adversity, silencing doubters, and igniting a fire in the hearts of their loyal fan base. To see that hard-won momentum potentially blunted, to see our path to glory suddenly become infinitely more treacherous, is a bitter pill to swallow. The thought of facing a healthy, motivated Anthony Davis in the playoffs, wearing the colors of a rival Eastern Conference team, is enough to make any Celtics fan break out in a cold sweat. This isn't just about basketball. This is about pride, about passion, about the very essence of what it means to be a fan of the Boston Celtics. The stakes have never been higher, and the tension, my friends, is absolutely palpable. Now, let's not sugarcoat this. Folks, the prospect of Anthony Davis landing in the Eastern Conference is a double-edged sword, a high-stakes gamble for any team willing to roll the dice. While his talent is undeniable, his ability to stay on the court has, shall we say, been a bit of a narrative throughout his career. We're talking about a player whose basketball reference page, with a wry smile, lists street clothes as one of his nicknames. Ouch! That's a brutal, yet often accurate, assessment of his durability. Since the 2018-19 season, Davis has graced the court for more than 60 games in a season a mere twice. Let that sink in. Twice. For a player of his immense caliber, that's a significant red flag, a flashing neon sign warning of potential pitfalls. Any of these three Eastern Conference hopefuls, the Pistons, the Raptors, or the Hawks, would be taking on a monumental risk, a gamble of epic proportions, by trading for him. And it's not just the injury history, though that alone is enough to give any general manager sleepless nights. We're talking about matching a colossal $54 million salary. That's not pocket change. Folks, that's a king's ransom, a significant chunk of any team's financial flexibility. To acquire Davis, these teams would have to gut their rosters, pick apart their carefully constructed rotations, and sacrifice valuable assets. It's a high-risk, high-reward proposition, as the old adage goes. But for the Celtics, it's a lose-lose scenario. If Davis stays healthy and elevates one of these teams, our path to the finals becomes a treacherous uphill climb. If he succumbs to his perennial injury woes, these teams will have squandered valuable resources, but the initial threat, the psychological impact, will have already been felt. It's a no-win situation for us, a potential headache regardless of the outcome. But let's not dwell solely on the negatives, shall we? When Anthony Davis is healthy, when he is on the court, he is an absolute marvel, an all-NBA level talent who can single-handedly dominate a game. Last season, he put up staggering numbers: 24.7 points, 11.6 rebounds, and 2.2 blocks per game, all while shooting a respectable 51.6% from the field. He even earned his 10th All-Star selection, a testament to his undeniable skill and impact. He's a three-time NBA leader in blocks, a defensive anchor who can transform a team's identity. Imagine that kind of defensive prowess, that kind of rim protection, added to an already formidable Eastern Conference squad. It's a terrifying thought, isn't it? This year, however, his health has been, to put it mildly, spotty, and his numbers have reflected that inconsistency. The entire situation in Dallas has been, frankly, odd, a swirling vortex of confusion and conflicting narratives. There was the bizarre discrepancy in rehab plans between Davis, Nico Harrison, and the Mavericks ownership, a public display of disunity that certainly didn't inspire confidence. It's a messy situation, one that raises legitimate questions about his long-term viability and the environment he thrives in. Yet, in his last outing, Davis offered a tantalizing glimpse of his former glory, dropping 29 points, grabbing 8 rebounds, and adding 2 steals and a block against the Houston Rockets. A flash of brilliance, a reminder of the immense talent that lies beneath the surface. That's the cruel irony of Anthony Davis. The potential is always there, the flashes of greatness are undeniable, but the consistency, the sustained health, remains an elusive dream. And that, my friends, is precisely why his potential arrival in the East is such a monumental concern for our Celtics. The Pistons, Raptors, and Hawks all currently boast top 10 defensive ratings this season. Adding a player of Davis's defensive caliber, a player who can single-handedly fortify the paint and alter opposing offenses, would be like pouring gasoline on an already raging fire. It would make an already challenging conference even more daunting, more physically demanding, and more strategically complex for our Celtics. The road to the finals, already paved with obstacles, would suddenly be riddled with even more treacherous traps. What are you, the most passionate and insightful fans in the NBA? Think about this potential seismic shift. Do you believe Anthony Davis, despite his injury history, would truly elevate one of these Eastern Conference teams to championship contention? Or is this just another overblown rumor that will ultimately fizzle out? Let us know in the comments below. Your insights are invaluable. The specter of Anthony Davis looming over the Eastern Conference is a stark reminder that in the NBA, nothing is ever truly settled. No path to glory is ever truly clear. Just when our Celtics, under the brilliant leadership of Jason Tatum, were beginning to truly coalesce to forge an identity as a legitimate championship contender, this potential bombshell drops. It's a testament to the relentless nature of this league, where every team, every player is constantly striving for an edge, constantly looking for that one piece that can tip the scales. And for the Celtics, who have shown such incredible resilience and growth, this news feels like a direct challenge, a gauntlet thrown down by the forces of fate. We've seen the magic, haven't we? The way Tatum has elevated his game, not just as a scorer, but as a playmaker, a leader, a true superstar. The way our defense has tightened, suffocating opponents with a relentless intensity. The way the team has embraced a collective identity, playing with a cohesion and chemistry that is truly a joy to behold. These aren't just statistics. These are the hallmarks of a team on the cusp of something truly special. But the addition of Anthony Davis to a rival Eastern Conference squad would undoubtedly raise the bar, forcing our Celtics to dig even deeper, to find another gear, to push beyond what we thought was possible. The question then becomes, how do the Celtics respond? Do they double down on their current roster, trusting in the talent and chemistry they've meticulously built? Or do they, too, enter the fray, looking for their own blockbuster move to counter the potential threat? It's a high-stakes chess match, and the trade deadline is fast approaching, a ticking clock that adds an extra layer of urgency to every decision. The front office, led by Brad Stevens, will undoubtedly be working tirelessly behind the scenes, weighing every option, analyzing every scenario. This isn't just about winning games. It's about securing the future, about ensuring that the Celtics remain at the pinnacle of the Eastern Conference for years to come. And let's not forget the human element in all of this. The players, our Celtics, they're not oblivious to these rumors. They're professionals, yes, but they're also competitors, and the thought of a rival suddenly acquiring a player of Davis's caliber will undoubtedly fuel their fire, ignite a new level of determination. It's a challenge, yes, but it's also an opportunity to prove that they are indeed the best, that they can overcome any obstacle, no matter how formidable. This is what makes the NBA so captivating, so utterly enthralling. The constant ebb and flow of power, the endless pursuit of greatness, the dramatic narratives that unfold with every trade, every game, every season. The Celtics' journey this season has been a roller coaster of emotions, a testament to the unpredictable nature of professional sports. From moments of sheer brilliance to periods of frustrating inconsistency, they've kept us on the edge of our seats, invested in every dribble, every shot, every defensive stop. And now, with this Anthony Davis rumor swirling, the stakes have been raised even higher. It's a test of character, a test of resolve, a test of their collective will to win. Can they weather this potential storm? Can they continue their ascent, even as the landscape of the Eastern Conference threatens to become even more treacherous? The answer, my friends, lies in the heart of this team, in the unwavering belief that they possess the talent, the grit, and the determination to overcome any challenge. We've seen them do it before, and we believe they can do it again. But make no mistake, the road ahead is fraught with peril, and the margin for error is shrinking with every passing day. The NBA trade deadline is not just a date on the calendar, it's a crucible, a moment of truth that can define a season, a franchise, and the legacy of its players. And for our Celtics, this deadline feels more significant, more impactful than any in recent memory. So, what does this all mean for the Boston Celtics and their fervent fan base? It means we brace ourselves. We prepare for the possibility of a tougher road, a more arduous journey to the promised land. But it also means we double down on our support, our unwavering belief in this team. We've seen the magic they can create, the resilience they've displayed, and the sheer joy they bring to our lives. This isn't just about basketball. It's about community, about shared passion, about the collective heartbeat of a city that lives and breathes Celtics basketball. The potential arrival of Anthony Davis in the East is a stark reminder that the NBA is a league of constant evolution, a dynamic landscape where fortunes can shift in an instant. But it's also a reminder of the enduring spirit of competition, the relentless pursuit of excellence that defines this sport. And our Celtics, with their rich history, their storied tradition, and their current crop of undeniable talent, are more than capable of meeting this challenge head-on. They've faced adversity before, and they've emerged stronger, more determined, and more united. The coming weeks will be crucial, a period of intense speculation, strategic maneuvering, and potentially earth-shattering decisions. Will the Celtics make a move of their own to counter the potential threat? Will they stand pat, confident in the strength of their current roster? Or will the Anthony Davis rumors ultimately prove to be nothing more than smoke and mirrors, a fleeting distraction in the grand scheme of things? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. The drama, the excitement, and the sheer unpredictability of the NBA will continue to captivate us, to keep us on the edge of our seats, and to fuel our unwavering passion for the game. This is a pivotal moment, a crossroads for the Boston Celtics. The decisions made in the coming days and weeks will undoubtedly shape the remainder of their season and potentially their long-term future. It's a high-stakes game, played on the biggest stage with the highest of aspirations. And as fans, we are right there with them, every step of the way, through every triumph and every challenge. Because that's what it means to be a Celtics fan, to believe, to hope, and to never, ever give up on the dream. So, as we navigate these turbulent waters, as the trade winds howl and the rumors swirl, let's remember the heart of this team, the unwavering spirit that defines the Boston Celtics. Let's continue to cheer them on, to support them with every fiber of our being, and to believe in their ability to overcome any obstacle that stands in their way. Because in the end, it's not just about the players on the court. It's about the collective spirit of a franchise, a city, and a fan base united in their pursuit of greatness. And now, for the most important question of all, do you agree with the assessment that Anthony Davis moving east would significantly hinder the Celtics' championship aspirations? Or do you believe our green machine has what it takes to overcome any challenge, regardless of who joins a rival? Let the debate rage in the comments below. We want to hear your voice, your passion, your unfiltered opinions. Before you go, if you felt the pulse of this story, if you've been gripped by the drama and the stakes, then you know what to do. Don't just stand there on the sidelines. Join our exclusive community of true basketball fanatics. Hit that subscribe button like it's a game-winning buzzer beater, and become a part of the most insightful, passionate, and dedicated sports analysis crew on the internet. You won't regret it.